Hello everyone, welcome to our tutorial today. Today we want to cover a few tasks still in customizing our desktop features. And today we want to take a look at number one, we want to take a look at changing the mouse configuration, how we can change the settings of our mouse. Then we want to see how to create and switch user account, how you can create a user account and then change from one user account to another user account. Then we're going to see how to create files and folders on our desktop. Then after that, we will see how to rename, how to copy or cut and paste files and folders on your Windows desktop. Then we will finish up by seeing how to create hierarchical folders on our desktop. So that is what we intend to cover today, and I hope you will learn a few things today again in this tutorial. So now, welcome to this tutorial. Welcome, here is our Windows desktop, and like we mentioned yesterday, on the desktop here we have icons. These ones are called icons. If you did watch our previous episode, you can look for it on our YouTube channel and watch it. We are building on what we learned yesterday. Yesterday, we said that these ones are called icons, and icons are pictorial representation of programs. They represent certain different programs. And we mentioned yesterday that we have two types of icons. We have default icons. An icon like Recycle Bin is a default icon, meaning you can get it in any computer that you are using. It's called a default icons. Then we have other icons like this icon here. These are user-initiated icons that are placed in a computer by the users of that particular computer. So now we want to start with the number one item in our list, which is changing the mouse configuration. Now, when you were using your mouse, the mouse normally has two buttons. The left button is called the primary button, then the right button is called the secondary button. Or we can say, normally when we say click, it means that you press the primary button once. When we say right click, means you press the secondary button once. Or if somebody wants you to open an item, like if you want to open a folder like this, you double click, meaning you press the primary button twice in quick succession. Then in between the two buttons, we normally have what we call the wheel. The wheel is normally used to scroll up and down of a page or a program that exceeds one height or one width of your display screen. So we want to see how we can change those settings, how to set how fast our pointer moves on when we move it around also. So to do that, you click start. We come and click on start here. Then you just type control panel. As you type control panel on the search bar, control panel will show up here. So you click on it, then it will bring us here. So yesterday we said we can change how we view these icons, which I'm not going to repeat again. We also saw how to set it and time. So today we start with the mouse. We want to change the mouse settings. So you click on the mouse button here, and then it opens for us this dialog box. We set this dialog box, and this dialog box, we have tabs. We have buttons tab, pointers tab, pointer options tab, wheel tab, and hardware tab. Now we can start with what we have under buttons tab here. And we have said the button that is marked in blue is the primary button. So when we say click, normally you are supposed to press this button once, then this is the secondary button. When we say right click, you are supposed to press this button once. So we can mark this is called a checkbox. We can mark it. And the checkbox, when you mark it, what will happen? We will switch primary and secondary buttons. So I want to just mark it and you see what happens. When you mark it, you see now this secondary button now becomes the primary button, and then the primary button becomes the secondary button. Now, if I try to click apply here, I'm using the primary button, but the command is not taking effect because I've changed how the primary button issues the command. So you can always toggle this if needs be. For now, I'll leave it as always is. So I'll right click to take it to default setting. Then double click speed. Right now, our double click speed is set to moderate. This one is called a slider. and you can drag. Dragging means you click, let's say on this slider, and you point at the slider, you click and hold down the primary button, then you drag the mouse towards your left or towards your right to either increase or decrease the double click speed. So for now, I want to set it somewhere here. So if I double click like this, it responds. It is easy for it to respond. When you make it to be too fast and you don't double click too fast, it will not respond. So you have to be too fast. So normally, if you are not used to double clicking too fast, you can always set a moderate speed for you. Then also we can turn on the click lock. When you mark this one, what happens is that, for example, if you drag this dialog box like this and drop it there, I have already released the primary button, but still it is still dragging. So you can use it, you turn the feature on, you can drag items by just clicking once. So I have to click again to shake it off. So those are the settings that we can set under the buttons tab. When we come to pointers tab here, currently what we see here, this one is our pointer. If you want to change this pointer, you come under scheme here, we have this drop-down arrow. So you click on the drop-down arrow to get a drop-down list. So from this list, we can pick a pointer. Let's say I want this Windows Standard Extra Large. So if I click apply down here, this what we see here will become our pointer. So let us click apply. And now this has become our pointer. Our pointer has changed. Or I can just click and pick another one. I can choose maybe a black one, and then you apply, and then our pointer again has changed. So that is how you change your pointer. So I want to set to system default that, and then you choose apply. So that's how you set your pointer. These other ones are related to the pointer that you choose here, how the pointer will look like when maybe it is just normal to look like that when you go for help, or when you click on a help button, that's how it look like. And when it's working in the background, that's how it look like. Then under pointer options here, we click on this tab, and here we can, under motion, we can select a speed for a pointer. So we can bring this one towards the extreme left. I'm just dragging, then the pointer is very slow. If I bring it to the extreme right, it becomes too fast. So normally it's good to just have a moderate speed, which is somewhere there. Then we have this option, snap to, and then this is on automatically move pointer to the default button in a dialog box. We say that this one is called a dialog box. So when you mark this checkbox, I want you to see what happens. Right now, this checkbox is not marked. So I just want to click apply here, and then click OK. And I want you to see this. My mouse button is here, or the mouse icon is here. So when I click on the mouse icon here, I'll leave my pointer there, but it remains there. The dialog box has opened, but my pointer has remained where it was. But when we come here under pointer options and mark this option here to automatically move it to the default button in a dialog box, and we apply and click OK, and do the same, click again on this icon, the mouse now, the point of the mouse now automatically comes to the default button, which is this OK down here. That is what that setting does. Then also under visibility here, we can display the pointer trails. When you mark this checkbox, just mark the checkbox, and then we have pointer trails like that. So those are called pointer trails. You can make them to be a bit short, but those are trails, or you can make them to be long like that. If you don't need them, like myself, I always don't need them, but I think I can have them so that they can turn them off, just turn on and turn them off. For now, I'll turn them off. Then also we have hide pointer while typing. If you don't want to see where the pointer is when you're typing, you mark this checkbox. Like in my option, in my settings here, it is marked. I don't want to see it. Then we also say show location of pointer when I press control key. Control key is the CTRL key on your keyboard. So right now, if I press, nothing happens because my option is not turned on. I'm pressing it on my keyboard and nothing is happening. But when I mark it and now press the same key, it will be showing you the location of your pointer. Right now, I'm pressing the control key on the keyboard, and it is showing you, showing me where my pointer is. So that is what that setting does. Then you have the wheel tab. Under the wheel tab, it allows you to specify the number of lines you want your screen to move when you roll the wheel on your mouse. The wheel is what we have between the two buttons. That is called the wheel. So the standard default settings is always 3 lines, either way, either horizontally or vertically, but you can always increase or decrease using either the upper arrow or the arrow that is facing downwards. So for now, I'll leave them at the default setting of 3 lines. But see here, when you want to scroll vertically, you can even move one screen. You can mark one screen at a time so that when you scroll, your page, if it is a document, it will move one screen at a time, but I don't want that setting. Under hardware here, there's nothing much for us to see here. That one is just stuff that is not very relevant for us for now. So once you are done, you click apply to have those settings take effect, and then okay. And that is how we can change our mouse configuration. The next item is we want to look at how we can create and switch user account. Now, if you want to know the user account that you're using in your computer, like right now, if I want to know the user account that I'm using, you just click on start here, and this is the user account. So I'm using a user account called Apollo. So what I want to do right now is to show you how you can create a user account and then switch from Apollo to that new user account. So to do that, again, you click on start here, and then you just type control panel. As you type control panel, it pops up here. You click on it, and now you come and click on the user account icon here. So you click on this. When you do that, currently we are logged in as Apollo. So I'll click here, manage another account. So you click on this button, and then you come to add new user to in PC settings. You click here. Now, besides Apollo, there's FTP user and there's also students. One thing you need to know about user accounts is right now, Apollo is the user that has all the privileges to set things like date and time, install apps, because he's the administrator. These other ones are local users, and so they lack those privileges. So I'll click on add a new user in this PC, and then it brings us here. Now, you can choose to add a family member, or you can just click here, add someone else. For now, I'll go to add someone else. And now it will try to log in with a Microsoft account. Sometimes it will not ask you to log with a Microsoft account. In the event, it asks you to add someone with the Microsoft account. You just come and you don't have their Microsoft account email, or you don't want to do that. What you do, just say, I don't have this person's sign-in information, and then it will allow you to add. So it brings us here. Then what you do is say add the user without Microsoft account. You come for this option. So we're going to add the user without Microsoft account, and then we come and type the name of the new user. So we can say our new user is YouTube. We won't just call our new user YouTube like that. Don't account called YouTube, and then make it secure. We can enter a password. So I'm going to enter a password. Then you retype your password. Once you've done that, you will answer some questions down here. For example, they're saying, in case you forget your password, pick a security question. What was your pet's first name? I can pick that and I give the name. And then security question 2, they ask you, what's the name of your city, of the city you are born in? I type the city. And then security question 3 is, we can pick the third one here. What was your childhood nickname? So what was the nickname? Was just like that. And then you click next. And that's it. We have a new user called YouTube. Now, what we now want to do is to get out of this user account called Apollo and go to the one we have created that is called YouTube. So we want to do what is called switching the user account, or we can say changing the user account. Before we switch the user account or we change the user account, let me show you this. We have said to create a user account, you go to start, then you type control panel, then you go to user accounts. You can as well just click start here, then come to settings here, click on settings, and then you click on accounts here. You click on accounts, and then you click family and other users. You click on this, and then you can again click here to add someone to your PC. So you can also do that. But now let us get out of this Apollo and get and log into that YouTube account. So you click on start, then you click here. You click on this user that is displayed here. You will see the other users, FTP user, students, and now we have YouTube. So when you click on this, now we are switching the user account from the one we are using to the new one. But I want to stop. So let us carry on to the next item. I hope you have seen the steps of creating a user account and switching to the new user account. Now I want to show you how to create files and folders. On our desktop here, we have this one is a folder, so is this one. So these are folders. These are folders, so we can create folders, and then these one are files. So I want to show you the steps of creating a folder on the desktop here. Before we create a folder, as you can see, I'm easily dragging and dropping. Dragging means you hold on the left button and move that icon like I'm moving, and I drop it where I want. I want it here. Drag this icon, move it, and maybe I drop it down here. So that is how you can drag and drop icons on your desktop. Then if you want to arrange them, what you do, you right click empty space on the desktop, like this space here is empty. So I can right click here, then you come to this option, sort by. So we have 4 options here. We can sort by name, which will sort our desktop icons in alphabetic order. So I can choose that option, then they are sorted. Or I can right click here, choose sort by, and I choose item type. So the choice will be yours. Another thing also, we can change how we view these icons on the desktop here. You can right click empty space, then you come to view, then you can choose large icons. So the icons are large like that, or you could right click empty space on the desktop, point to view, then come and pick medium icons, that option. Or still, we can right click again, come to view, and then choose small icons. So you choose an option that you like. For now, I will settle for the medium icons. Now, as you have noticed already, we can drag and drop these icons. The reason why we're able to drag and drop is because when you right click empty space here and then you come to view, this option, we have this option, auto arrange icons. It is not marked. As you can see, these two are marked, this one is not marked. So what we can do is to mark this one to make this statement here to be true. So when you mark that, it means that the computer will automatically arrange icons for us. So when you try to drag an icon, let's say this to drop here, the computer automatically arranges it. So you cannot just drop it where you want to drop it. So for you to be able to freely drag and drop, you have to disable that option. Another thing, we can right click empty space on the desktop, come to view, and then we choose align icons to grid. You see this option is marked right now. If I unmark it, it means I can have several icons stacked like this. Let's just confirm this. And then I also disable auto arrange. So if you disable those two, you can have several icons stacked together like this. If auto arrange is disabled and also aligns to grid is disabled, you can stack many icons like that. But then when you right click and you point to view, right? So we can right click and come to view, and then you can choose arrange icons to grid. We can also choose to hide these desktop icons. We can hide them. To do that, you right click empty space on the desktop again, then you come to view, then you unmark this last option here, show desktop icons. We can unmark that, and then the icons are hidden. To display those icons, you simply right click empty space on the desktop, then you come to view, then you mark show desktop icons, and then they'll be there. So that is how you move your icons on your desktop around. Now, the next thing is, let us see now how to create a folder. To create a folder on the desktop, you simply right click empty space. First of all, I want to make sure that auto arrange is disabled for now. So you right click empty space on the desktop, then you point to new here, then you come like this and then go up here to folder here. Then you'll have a new folder on the desktop, then you type the name of your folder. So I can just type from my keyboard and type there, maybe Hill like that. You right click, you point to new, you go like that, and then you create a folder. Maybe I can call this one C. Right click empty space, point to new, come here, and then you type the name of your folder again. I can call this one maybe the sky. Now we can also rename. If I want to create a file, you simply right click, you point to new, then you come like this, then I can choose a text file down here. So you click on that and then you type the name of your file. I can type there maybe the list. Now we can rename these files and these folders. To rename a file or a folder, you simply right click on the folder. Like I want to rename this folder, you right click on it. Then you point to rename, you come to rename and you click on rename, and you can type a new name, maybe soccer. And then you click away. Right click on this hill, point to rename, come to rename and type a new name to that folder, and I can just call it computer. Even the file, you simply right click on your file, then you come to rename, then you can type a new name for your file, maybe Nairobi. So I have renamed my file. Another thing is to delete. If I'm not interested in having these files here, these files and folders here, I can choose to delete them. So you right click on Sky, then you come to delete down here, and then it is deleted. Right click on soccer, you click on delete, then it is deleted. Now, when you delete an item from your computer, that item will be temporarily stored in your recycle bin. So we can open the recycle bin here. You double click on your recycle bin. Then you scroll through to locate what you have deleted. Like in this case, we have deleted soccer and sky. We can restore them. So simply right click on soccer, then you choose restore. We can right click on sky also, and then we choose restore. Then when we close this one here, this window, they have been restored on the desktop, as you can see they are here. So that is how you can delete an item from your computer. That is how you can also restore it. Now what happens is this: when you delete an item from your computer, that item will be temporarily stored in your recycle bin. If you want to permanently delete the content of a recycle bin here, then you will come here and say empty recycle bin. When you click on empty the recycle bin here, you will get this prompt. Are you sure you want to permanently delete these 25 items? If you click yes, you will permanently delete those items. So I hope you get that clear. Then the other thing we want to see is how to create a folder inside another folder. Before we do that, let's see how to copy and paste. Let me use my folders here. So I have a folder called computer here. To open it, you simply double click on it. Then it tells you that the folder is empty. Or you could right click and then you choose open. Then it tells you the folder is empty. Or you can click on the folder once and then you press enter on your keyboard. It will still open for you the folder. Now what I want to do, I want to copy soccer inside computer. So what do? You right click on soccer, then you click on copy. Then right click on computer and then you click paste. So now let me align these ones to grid. Now when you open computer, you see the folder called soccer is in there. Or I can right click on this file Nairobi, then I choose copy here. Then I right click in here inside this folder, computer folder, then you click paste. and then it is pasted there. So that is how you copy and paste. That is how you can make a copy of an item. Let me create another folder here, maybe just one more folder, and perhaps call this folder the clouds. So now I have a folder called cloud here. If you open this folder, it is also empty. So what I want to do, I want to cut sky and paste inside the cloud. So you right click on sky, then you choose cut. Then you right click on cloud and you choose paste. Now, if you double click here, that folder is in there. But as you can realize, when you cut an item, you completely move it to another destination. But when you copy an item, you just make a copy of it in another destination. So there is that distinction between copy and paste and cut and paste. We can also right click on this Nairobi file and click cut, and then right click on cloud and we click paste. Again, it has completely moved from the desktop to this folder called cloud. So I hope that is also clear now. So that is how you copy and paste. That is how you cut and paste your files and folders. Lastly, before I end this video, we can also create folders within other folders. I can right click a folder here, right click and create a folder and call my folder maybe the globe. That is the name of my folder. Then you open this folder, double click on it to open, and then I can create some folder here. You choose, you click here, new folder. I can click new folder here, and on the globe we have Africa. And again, new folder, we have Europe. Again, new folder, we have America. And again, on new folder, I could say Asia, and so on and so forth. So these are subfolders. They are inside the folder called the globe. I could open each of these continents and give an example. So I can open Africa here and a new folder. An example of a country in Africa is Kenya. And then you click away. Then you can use the back arrow here. This is the back arrow. And we open America and double click here, and we click new folder, and we have the US. You click away. Again, we go using the back arrow. You can open Asia, new folder here, and we have India. And then you click away, and then we go back arrow again, and then you can open Europe and new folder, and we have the UK. So that is how you can create a hierarchy of folders, creating a folder within another folder. Now, like I said, I want these videos to be as brief as possible. I want to keep them under 30 minutes. So if you like the content that you are sharing, and if you're learning something, if you're acquiring some skills from the content that you are sharing, and you really would like to support this YouTube channel, please consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. Also like our videos, and hit the notification bell so that when we upload the next content, you'll be notified about it. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to seeing you in our next episode.